By council, it is a joint request that by defense counsel that sentencing be deferred and that the accused be allowed to remain on bail. The defense prays that in the meantime the court do grant time to the accused and invoke section 216 to call for a pre-sentencing report on their account. The state objects to the request on grounds that no legal provision is cited to empower the court to permit the accused to remain on bail. Concerning submissions and do not find a sufficient basis is laid to require the court to receive evidence in relation to sentencing at an adjourned session rather than the one we are handling today. So that request that this session should be adjourned for another day is declined. For lack of reason. And that being the case, I'm also not feel convinced that the circumstances warrant the course advanced. None are laid before the court, but I leave the matter in the hands of counsel for the accused who may have more than they have taken. And because I'm not satisfied on the course advanced from the adjournment of today's session, I don't think equally that the case for bail made on behalf of the accused is made. I agree with Mr. Akula that at this stage the result of the innocence is extinguished by conviction, and there is no basis for the court to grant the request made unless very sound reasons are laid before it to warrant that purpose. That is so in essence, I decline the adjournment and decline the request for bail. Let's proceed to sentencing. Counsel can pick up with the order next day. I'll invite the defense to make submission. But if the defense wishes as material, as I said, that they have not stated, then they can bring it later. We probably defer, but they'll have to be committed to custody. I want to be fair. I'm urged, it is urged in respect of both accused persons that they are first offenders. And therefore, on account of that, not to consider a maximum sentence as the state had submitted. It is also urged that the roles of the accused were minimal and that no money was lost. The court is also urged on account of both that they suffer ill health. The court is also urged that the accused cooperated with investigations and have shown good character generally. The court is also urged to consider that they worked under challenges environment in which it was the first time 6 elections were held in one day and technology in elections was used. Specific to the first accused, the court is urged to consider that he is an elderly citizen, and specific to the second accused, the court is urged to consider that he was still in infancy at employment when the matters he is charged with arose. On the other hand, the state alert that the court do impose the maximum sentence allowed in section 48 of the ASECA, particularly on the ground that it is not possible to ascertain that no loss was incurred in view of the manner in which the transaction was undertaken in the procurement process for the evidence. I have considered the submissions by counsel. It is considered that the accused are first offenders. It is also true that they have previously demonstrated instances of ill health in this matter, but I consider also that nothing is produced to show that those illnesses are chronic in nature. I also consider the many challenges that the electoral process by its nature entails. I consider that in this case the accused were cooperative and generally showed good character. That said, though, it must be borne in mind that management of elections is a delicate matter. We have been repeated that, reminded us severally, sometimes very painfully, and that must be handled with care. What has emerged from the evidence is that the first and second accused took decisions that put the integrity of the 2013 elections, general elections, to severe test. Specifically, they were not faithful to the requirements of the procurement process, which led to a self-inflicted crisis. Substantially. And I saw that I showed all the mistakes and things that were done across the process. So the crisis was essentially substantially self-inflicted because some of the bidders would not have gone to the review board if the process had been handled properly. For instance, there would have been no issue of changes of numbers and specifications if the tender was properly drawn and everybody remained faithful to what it required in the process of procurement. And those are the things that led to the delay that eventually led to where we are now and other problems. So that said, this crisis was substantially self-inflicted, and it put the entire process of the country's stability in danger. The entire process of elections and the country's stability in danger. And that was, I all remember how we all held our breath in 2013 in that election. The court considers that in cases of this nature, it is important for the punishment method to reflect the gravity of the matter and provide adequate deterrent. But having considered all factors, I will still be inclined towards granting the accused persons non-custodial sentence. I agree that the first principle in sentencing is that a first offender should not be given maximum sentence. And the second principle is that where two punishments are given, then they should get the lesser of the two. The ASECA has two punishments, one is custodial, one is a fine. Unless there are factors that are shown to be special factors that are demonstrated, then the court will direct that course. So I will sentence the accused as follows. It will be fines. For the first count, they will have to pay a fine of 5 million each, or suffer 3 years imprisonment in default. For the second count, I will sentence them to pay half of that, or suffer 1 year imprisonment in default. The accused have, I will make no further orders in relation to sentence. The accused have 14 days to appeal against the sentence if they are still appealing.